Nursepreneurs.
There's no in there.
There's no
Nursepreneurs.
There you go. Hi, my name is Courtney Martinez. I am a nurse and the founder of Replenish Beauty and Wellness. I have been doing bedside nursing for the last 12 years, and I have recently ventured off into doing aesthetic nursing, which is what I do now over at Replenish Beauty and Wellness. I have a joy for taking care of kids. I'm currently a bedside nurse still, but I do this on the side.
Okay. A bedside nurse. So can you explain to the people exactly what a bedside nurse is?
So a bedside nurse is a nurse that works 12-hour shifts in a hospital. It could be 7 in the morning to 7 at night, or 7 at night to 7 in the morning. What I do in particular is I'm a float nurse, so I go to different units around the hospital. So one day I may be on cardiac, one day I may be on the respiratory unit. Just depends on which unit is short on the day that I work. And so you just go in, you care for the patient, you take orders from the doctors, and you take orders from the doctor, and you just do the task for the day. So it may include like lab work, it may include blood transfusions, pain management, things of that nature.
Okay. All right. So I want you to kind of go back to your origin story, because I've been knowing you for a long time now.
Yeah.
CE click all the way up to now, from high school up until both of us owning our own businesses. So obviously we've made some career choices, and they've been successful for us, and we've pivoted, and that's okay, because that's what people do when they grow. So what actually after high school, what path did you take to get you here?
So after high school, I went and applied straight to nursing school. I'll take that back. I went to Navarro, got my basics, had fun at Navarro. Anybody that went there?
Hey, shout out Navarro.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of parties there. So went to Navarro, did all my basics for nursing. Actually survived Mercy's class of anatomy and physiology, which
is that your teacher?
Her name is Miss Percy.
Miss Percy.
But her
Mercy, Miss Percy.
Yeah, no Mercy Percy.
Man, shout out to all the people who had to deal with Miss No Mercy Percy.
Okay? Yes.
Miss Percy, if you listening to this, hey, we still messing with you. Well, I'm pretty sure some people learned some things out of your class. You ain't taking no shit apparently.
You did not. but I made it.
Hey, turn up, let's go.
I made it. So I went to nursing school for my associates first at El Centro, and then I went and did some travel nursing after that. And then while I was doing travel nursing, I did a bridge program at UTA to get my bachelor's in nursing.
Okay, so before we speed past the travel in nursing, that was kind of the time when we was both in California, and I was in Vegas, and you taking your travels across the country. So explain to us how that went, because I'm pretty sure there are some young ladies out here who kind of want to go into that particular field. So explain a little bit about your experience. What does a travel nurse do, and what did you do as a travel nurse, and kind of like some pros and cons in that?
Okay, so travel nursing was great. I would say, to put it in a nutshell, the role of a travel nurse is you can kind of pick, which is a good thing about it, is you can pick which state or country you want to go to do travel nursing. So my initial role as a travel nurse was in Texas, in San Antonio. Okay. It's in San Antonio, and so there I was like able to kind of learn more about travel nursing, get the feel of it without being too far from home. So I started there, and then I ventured off to California. So basically what you do is you pick where you want to go, you talk with the recruiter, and then they'll get you set up at a hospital. You do all the pre-testing for that hospital, the drug screen, everything, send copies of your ID and your nursing license to show them you're legit. None of that Florida stuff going on. So
that's
then
a whole other topic right there.
yes.
I heard Florida be running up that bad. But we ain't gonna start. I'm sorry.
So then you go to your assignment, and most assignments are 13-week contracts. So they have some shorter ones that are like 6 and 8 weeks, some that are longer, but it's better to do the shortest one that you can because you always have the opportunity to renew your contract and stay longer if you want to.
Okay.
The key is not to stay anywhere longer than a year, or you're going to start paying taxes in whatever state you're in. So we're going to avoid all that. You get a nice place to stay. They set you up somewhere. They reimburse you on your mileage or on your flight if you had to fly in. They give you meals and incidentals, like a stipend every day for food and shelter. So it's really the bomb. Anyone that's considering it, that's afraid, don't be. I say that was the best years of my life. So it's definitely worth. Yeah.
I definitely remember some memories, down in Cali, because we went to the Hollywood sign and a lot of friends came down to visit. And again, I was a friend. I was in Vegas and I even drove out there. I was like, hey, my homie out there, shit, let's go. I ain't doing shit this weekend. Let me pull up.
There's a whole little snake,
Man, shake it. Shaking. I wonder if I still have that somewhere in my
I'm sure I do.
Man, we ain't gonna talk about the snake incident and everything that had going on because we were grown and we were new people. But what were some like cons? Because I mean you listed the pros, but I'm pretty sure everything ain't rainbows and glitter.
Oh, absolutely.
And stipends.
Yeah.
So
and
money every day.
Absolutely. I would say some of the cons would be how quickly they throw you in there. So since the contract is so short, 13 weeks, 3 months approximately, you get 2 days of training, if that. Some hospitals is 1 day, and half the day you spend on the floor learning the unit. The other half of the day you're learning the computer system and how their charting system and how that goes. So, or you might be just like 1 day on the floor, 1 day on the computer. So, and then that's it. You get out there, you take care of your patients, and do what you got to do.
So would you say it? What was your favorite stop from when you left from when you finished school until you decided to pivot into entrepreneurship?
That was right after COVID.
Right after COVID?
Yeah. Okay. That's when I first started getting.
Is this your fate? No, not what made you pivot, but your favorite place before you made the pivot.
Oh, okay.
What was your favorite place at the what was the Scottish Rite here, or was it the one you worked at in LA? Or
Scottish
was it the time when you went to what was it, Haiti?
Yeah, Haiti. I did a mission trip in Haiti.
Yeah, so
that that was pretty dope.
Explain to the people that process, because I didn't feel like you was going to jump on that one, so I kind of definitely want you to talk about your Haiti experience. So let's start off with what was the thought process into I'm finna go to Haiti.
So interesting story. I actually got a patient at Scottish Rite, and she was Haitian. Okay. She didn't know any English. And so I was just like, interesting. So she learned so quickly how to adapt to our culture and learn our language and everything. And so there was actually a lady that came to visit her. And so she was like, we're going to do a trip to Haiti. And so she was doing like a whole mission trip to Haiti. And so she had asked a couple nurses if they would like to join. And I was the only nurse that was like, sure, why not? You know, let's see what it's about. So just being just young and adventurous and wanting to know like what it's like in other countries, especially a third world country like that.
So can you explain to us the process that you had to take as a nurse to be able to go there? I mean, I'm pretty sure. Was it as simple as just I'm gonna just slap my name on a list, or
absolutely not?
Exactly. So can kind of explain that process. Not in detail, but not swiftly either. Kind of I had to start out here.
So it did require a lot of paperwork, a lot of going to like the Health and Human Services Department and getting different shots and different pills in order to be able to go over there, making sure, just all my vaccines were up to date and getting a passport. And that's the first time I had gotten a passport, actually.
Okay.
And that was pretty much the process, and just making sure, I had a flight. We had water because you can't use their water over there. So making sure we had plenty of water to take over there. We actually took water in like bags, and we would use that to brush our teeth, wash our face, everything. Okay. Taking non-perishables. You have to have a lot of that because some of the foods over there you just can't eat. So I was preparing on things like, beef jerky, canned chicken, things like that.
Okay. So as a nurse, are there any specific search you got to take or switch over in order to practice over there?
Not necessarily, because I didn't necessarily practice over there.
Okay.
So it was a mission trip. They are very, very less fortunate than we are. Yeah. And so I literally was collecting supplies from Scottish Rite, and they were all pretty much expired supplies, stuff that they were going to throw away anyways. Okay. Even like gauze, gauze expires. Okay. Yeah, just cotton. So so I was like, I'll take it all, and we went over there and we did like some wound care. You get a lot of wounds that has like the maggots in there and stuff. We would treat that. Ringworms is very popular. STDs is very popular. So
what are some of the lessons learned in Haiti?
I would say
as a medical,
As a medical, I would say they are very uneducated when it comes to safe sex, and so the STD rate is extremely high. And I learned that I actually did a class while I was over there for the teenagers and the young kids, and just educating them on condoms and how to be safer when doing those things. So that was one of the biggest things that I learned about Haiti.
That's great. All right then. Well, let's shift back to the United States. What was your favorite duty station or place of business that you worked outside of yours now in the nursing field?
I would have to say in LA.
LA?
Yeah, they have a hospital out there called LAMC. Yeah. It's a great hospital, probably not in the best area, but when I tell you those nurses and their leadership looks out for their nurses, they literally will come up to you and be like, take your 30-minute lunch, give me your phone. Okay. So you're going to lunch, you can sit out on the patio because there's a patio outside, in the nice weather, and just take an uninterrupted 30-minute lunch, which is unheard of here in Texas. So it was just great.
Are there any team members that kind of left like impacting, are there any team members that left an impact on you that you continue to use in nursing now? Like a habit or a certain checklist or a certain way of doing things, or just being nice in general?
I would say there's a handful of people I can think of that has left a good impression on me and just helped me to remember to always, treat my patient like they're my own family member, and just going over and beyond for them.
What was your best experience there? Like just off the top, like
I would say just making you feel like family. I always had invites. You want to go to this bonfire party, or come to my house after work, and they just very friendly, make you feel like you're at home.
All right. So, in the course of nursing and everything, as we know, nurses are some of the in 2020 it was brought to light how underappreciated nurses really are, right? So what's your when the pandemic came, what was the impact that it had on your workplace and you personally as a nurse?
I would say just I could feel that shift in the stress and the weight on my shoulders going to work every day. Whenever the pandemic hit, like they literally shut a whole unit down, a whole floor down just to treat COVID patients.
Yeah.
And with me being a float nurse, guess who was floated to that unit every day? So yeah, had fun times. I mean, it did allow me the chance to get closer to the other float nurses, and we became like a family because hey, this is our unit now. We're holding it down for the COVID patients. So,
did you actually get COVID at work, or was y'all's protocols super tight to where, you know, getting COVID wasn't really the issue? It was just everywhere around you.
So it's hard to say. I worked the COVID unit so much. Never got COVID. I had the week of Christmas off and ended up getting COVID during that week while I was off. So I don't know if I had gotten it right before I was off for vacation or if I just was the lucky one to be like, hey, I've been in these COVID patients' faces for months and never caught it. But now here I go at the grocery store catching COVID.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what made the big switch from, you know what, instead of this being my full-time job, now I'm an entrepreneur, because now we're sitting here in your beautiful office. So how did, you know, we get here?
We got here after COVID for sure.
Yeah. What was the straw that broke the camel's back?
I would say when we had a flu of nurses just quit on us, not just nurses, but healthcare workers in general. So there was techs, doctors, everyone that just decided, hey, we're not doing this. A lot of them didn't want to get the COVID vaccine, so they left. Just everyone had multiple different reasons on why they left, but those that stayed strong and stayed at the hospital got the heat of everyone else leaving because it just caused so much stress and so much more of a workload.
So it was just overwhelming to the point to where it's like, man, I can go out and do some on my own versus be, you know, overutilized and underpaid.
Right. Yeah.
Is that a thing, you know, for nurses? Because I know, you know, folks at regular job be like, hey man, you know, I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Right.
But we don't. But again, being a nurse, that right there is a whole nother world. So, are there moments to where it's like, man, I don't get paid enough for this shit?
Oh, absolutely.
What was one of those moments, like a story time moment?
I would say one of those moments is we get a lot of suicidal psychiatric patients where I work.
Okay. In the past or not?
In the past, but it's gotten worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just I think with social media and kids just really listening into these, you know, social media and then different things that they're showing on TV. It's becoming okay to be depressed. It's okay to cut yourself or try to, like, you know, commit suicide, things like that, or attempt to anyway. So a lot of the kids are now becoming very violent, and so management's decision on that was, okay, well, here are some sleeves just in case you get bit, scratched, stabbed, whatever. You need to wear sleeves before in the hospital. Yes, and this is not a psychiatric hospital that I work at.
Sleeves, like,
yeah, literally just like this. You just put them on your arms.
Okay.
That's their solution. Yeah.
Are they like steel sleeves or something?
Oh,
like
no.
braided?
No.
So just like some cotton.
Just some thick sleeves.
Some cotton over your arm.
Yeah. Yeah. Now go in there and take care of that patient. Good luck. Yeah. And then at the end of your shift, I appreciate you taking care of patient so-and-so today. So that was a lot of that going on, and you can only take so many good jobs and pat on the backs after dealing with 12 hours of being spit at, kicked at, bit.
Is that a patient of a specific age range, or it's just in general at multiple levels, and it's just people in the hospital at this point in time who are experiencing these illnesses or acting like this?
Yeah, in general.
In general, okay.
And then we try to get them transferred out, but a lot of the psychiatric hospitals for children are full. So guess where they wait until a bed becomes available? With the nurse. With her sleeves ready to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, so what led you to the creation of Replenish Beauty and Wellness?
So,
like what was the moment where you was like, you know what? I got an idea.
So, I'm gonna go back a little bit because initially I said, you know what, this bedside stuff is not working.
Yeah. I'm
gonna go into real estate.
Okay.
That's where it's at.
And how did that work out?
I don't know a thing about real estate. So
yeah.
I started following my mentor on Instagram, and she had opened up her own med spa and went from bedside to nursepreneur is how she titled it.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I was like, let's see what she's doing. So started following her, and then that's when I got just that, that feeling that you get that, like God's like, yeah, that's it,
Yeah.
So I had that feeling, and then I just went from there. I was like, okay, what am I going to name my business? How am I going to get started? Started working with her in January and opened my business this past July.
So it was a leap of faith. I mean,
Absolutely.
we're still leaping.
Yes.
Because we're 6 months past date now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from the time of taking that leap until now, I'm pretty sure you've learned some lessons and trials. And never. What are some of the best things you've learned from being a nursepreneur? That's the correct term.
Nursepreneur.
Yeah, nursepreneur. Yeah.
So I've learned what they don't teach you in nursing school.
Mm-hmm. Which is
you can do whatever you want to do as a nurse. There's so many options. The sky is the limit. You do not have to just pick a category. Do I want to do cardiac, respiratory, kidney? You don't have to pick.
Yeah.
There's things outside of the hospital, and I'm learning all of that now as I've become an entrepreneur, that I can go do body contouring. There's so many things that goes underneath that umbrella of just having a nursing degree that they don't bring to your attention because they actually don't want to bring that to your attention.
Do you think that there's a specific reason why they don't mention these other things?
Just greed.
So they're doing it, but they're not going to teach you.
Oh, right, exactly.
Gotcha.
The more people that can work under them, the more money.
The less work and more money that they'll have to collect versus you being taught how to collect your own money.
Exactly.
I think Snoop Dogg said he called that putting on the 304 shoes. Mm-hmm. And come over here and prance around for me.
Right.
And bring that bag back to me.
Yeah.
Right. Versus come up here and sit in the chair beside me. Mm-hmm. And
let me hold your hand and take you to the top with me. Yeah.
That's why I believe that mentorship is one of the top leading things that entrepreneurs kind of undervalue.
Absolutely.
And from learning from my own losses, my own failures, I jumped into the podcasting industry with just the phone at first, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready. I think I'm ready to kind of jump into like the business phase. And I had a good idea. I didn't have a business plan. And that's what I had to humbly tell myself when I was last week taking down all the stuff off of my podcast studio walls, and I was cleaning up the area. I was like, man, I really jumped the gun on this one. Mm-hmm. Like I came into this thing tens of thousands of dollars later didn't make nothing but about $60 because I didn't have a plan. I had a good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. So by having that mentorship, it'll definitely give us the ability and knowledge and know-how of getting there. So say all of that to say, what has, can you explain to me the impact of getting the mentor versus doing things on your own?
I would say it helped me to not bump my head as much as I would have. Of course, a mentor can only teach you so much. Mm-hmm. So there still has been some bumps along the way. I'm not going to lie, sugarcoat like it was easy just because I hired a mentor, because that's not the case. 100%. But I will say that to have someone set that foundation for you, and you didn't have to put in the headache. I had to put in a pretty hefty penny, but I didn't have to put in the headache of, let me YouTube how to do this, let me YouTube how to do that, you know, and going through all the steps. She was able to hold my hand throughout the foundation process. And so I think that's really good. Most people take a year, 2-3 years to get their business up off the ground, or even start, you know, get opened. And for me to be able to do it in 7 months, I think just hiring a mentor is a no-brainer, and I would recommend that to anybody.
And for all of y'all people who don't know, it's a tax write-off, because you're spending the money in pursuit of earning income.
Exactly.
So for all you entrepreneurs who don't know about business, hey, get at me in the description below so we can have a conversation, because although I'm not a business mentor and coach in that way, when people are starting podcasts, one of the first questions I ask, do you want to do this as a business or just a hobby? Because that will truly dictate what the information I give you. Because as a business, we already know that it's more than just saying, I got a place.
Yeah.
Right? There's advertising, there's marketing, there's, you know, the aesthetics, the vibe, the feel, supplies. Am I going to need this? Am I going to need that? And that's just after you figure out, what are you going to sell?
Yeah.
What are you selling? So that brings me to my next point. What exactly does Replenish Beauty Wellness offer to its customer base?
So I offer Botox, derma fillers, IV hydration, vitamin injections, Cabela, weight loss injections. Yes, the semaglutide. Cabela is a fat dissolving agent that you inject underneath your chin to get rid of this little turkey neck.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Men and women both can get that.
I was just about to say, so who gets that one the most, men or women?
Women, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Is your clientele base more men or women?
It's more
I
women.
can imagine it's more women because,
But you'll be surprised. I do get quite a bit of male clients, and I do offer Botox, so, you know, it's a thing.
Okay, so now we're going to have to explain to me and the people, what is Botox?
Botox is the same as Botox. It's just for your bros. And I personally at Replenish Beauty and Wellness offer it at a lower price than the Botox for the women, because men muscles are so much thicker than women, and so they require more Botox than a woman. And so I felt like it was only right to lower it a little bit, since they're gonna have to buy so much of it.
Okay. So talk me through a Botox process. Like, first off, as a person who's completely ignorant of getting the Botox injection, if it was me, for all y'all who don't know, I'm gonna slap a picture of me on the screen right now. I'm probably posing or something. How could I, or what was the process for me to get a Botox?
So it's not too bad of a process. I mean, you come into the clinic, we'll do a consultation. I'll have you make a few facial expressions. If you're worried about the wrinkles in your forehead or the wrinkles on the side of your eyes, which are called crow's feet, or if you're an angry guy and you're making an angry face and have those 11s, I can get rid of all that. So it's just a matter of the client and what they're not happy with their aesthetic appearance.
Okay. So they facial features. Is it like a body thing too, or is it just?
No, it's so I mean, I would say that you can use Botox to do certain things to your face. Like, you can make your face look slimmer by injecting it into your masseter muscles. It will relax those muscles to give you more of a sleek, like a slender facial appearance. Some women also use it in their shoulders if they want to like elongate their neck. You can use it in your armpits if you sweat a lot. You're gonna get married, it's your big day, you're not trying to be sweating, so hey, come get you some Botox in your armpits.
Wow.
So there's so many things you can do.
I didn't know. Yes. I didn't know. Okay. All right. What's the what's the time frame on the treatment for somebody to get their neck longer? I don't know.
So the treatment itself takes 15 minutes. I mean, we're injecting the Botox, you're out of my chair, but you'll start to see the results within like 3 to 4 days, the max results at 2 weeks.
Okay.
So it's definitely something that if you have a big event coming up, you want to plan like 2 weeks before to get it done.
But how long does it last?
Depends on the person. So if you are some gym rat, it's not going to last as long. It'll last maybe 3 months. If you have more of a sedentary lifestyle, then it'll last 5, 6 months, 7 months. Yeah.
So by you working out, does your body start to eject the Botox?
That's exactly what happens. Yeah,
gotcha,
it gets rid of it.
Mm-hmm. But if you're just kind of chilling and everything, the body's natural filtration system will take it out
slowly, exactly.
Slowly. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you're a gym rat,
yeah, come a little bit more often.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your target audience that you're aiming to reach? That or maybe a particular demographic that you believe could benefit from your services?
I would say people of color. I think we are pretty ignorant to the fact that we still have to care for our skin, even though it doesn't age as quickly as others. But we still need to be aware that we can slow down that aging process, or we can do things to just get rid of the wrinkles, get rid of blemishes, all those things. So there's still some education that needs to be done with our people for sure.
So when you say blemishes, like the skin grafts, or just like
No, I actually one of my services that I offer is called microchanneling. And so it's literally taking like a little tattoo gun with little bitty prickly needles on the end.
You give a tattoo?
And you stamp it all over your face, and then you use a growth factor serum afterwards, and you put that into your pores. So you're basically getting rid of the first layer of your skin and putting the growth factor serum into your pores, and so it's growing new, fresh, younger skin, because all of the serum is coming from 19 and 20-year-olds. So it's allowing your face to have less blemishes, less wrinkles, and just giving you that youthful appearance.
So when you say coming from 19 and 20-year-olds,
yes,
break that down for me. You have to break that down for me.
So everyone makes growth factor.
Everyone makes
that. Yeah. Okay. So as you get older, it slows down. So if you take the serum from a younger person.
Let's pause. How do we get it from a younger person? Do they give it up?
Yes.
Is this something you can just go and donate plasma?
You can go donate your blood, and they will take it from the plasma in your blood. Yes.
So it's from the plasma?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So these plasma centers.
And not only that, it can, we get older, we start losing our edges, forehead started receding, the hairline, Yeah, we can get all that to grow back with just a little growth factor serum.
Okay.
So.
Because now, the reason why I asked this, because a couple of years ago, I think I met Ellen. Ellen had another beauty person on her show. It was one of the big actresses or whatever. And she blurted out that they get the skin serum from circumcised foreskin of the babies. Everybody was like, what the That's why I was like, so that's why we can say comes from.
No, there's no foreskin on this.
Okay, whoa, hold on. So how they extracted this? Okay. They said it was part of the beauty industry. Everything is used in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yes.
I didn't know if this was that.
No, sir.
Okay. So there's no foreskin on the faces.
Oh my God, this sounds. Well.
Hey, it's medicine, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so is there anything that you would kind of give to the young nurse?
To definitely have a plan before getting started. Make sure that they venture off into something that they actually have a passion for and really want to do and see themselves doing. And then also hiring a mentor. I think that is key to speeding up that process and just having that guidance along the way to help you get to where you want to be.
1,000%. So what's coming up for Replenish Wellness? Is there a sale coming along? Is there something big that's coming along for the spring? Something that some people should be looking forward to?
Absolutely. So for the new year, I will have some specials on my skinny shot and the semaglutide as well.
Okay, the skinny shots.
So the skinny shot includes different ingredients that helps to like get your liver up and running. It first cleanse your liver out of all that fattiness that's stuck on your liver, and then that way your liver functions better to break down fat a lot easier, which helps you shed the pounds. And then it also has B12 added in it as well, so that that'll help increase your metabolism and give you energy to start working out along with the Skinny Shot diet plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are we running a special on the Skinny Shots, or is it like a package deal? You know?
Yeah.
Is it like a percentage off, or what? What's the special? What's?
I haven't thought that far out yet.
Okay. It's gonna be on the website, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yes, and on my Instagram at Replenish Beauty and Wellness.
So I was just about to say, can you shout out your Instagram and give any other big shout outs prior to us wrapping things up?
So my Instagram, you can follow me at Replenish Beauty and Wellness, and the same for Facebook. You can follow me at Replenish Beauty and Wellness.
Replenish Beauty and Wellness. All right.